Good morning, Dubai. Happy Monday and welcome back to Lovin Dubai show where we talk about all the trending stories today. People are selling the Adidas Ravi Collab sneakers for 30,000 dirham.
Ooh, and we'll also be talking about residents in Dubai felt tremors of another earthquake over the weekend.
No more free parking in these parts of Jumeirah as parking meters have popped up.
And we'll also be in talks with top Indian chef Vikas, Khanna, who will be talking about NFT and recalls hosting the Obamas.
But before, take the floor, Simran, with this story.
So you sent me something wild yesterday.
Yeah.
About this woman who marries a ragdoll and then has a ragdoll child. Yeah. I mean, I love that. I personally love that.
You can't love it.
I love it with every part of my body. Like, you get married to a doll who doesn't talk back to you.
No, you don't love it.
Who doesn't? Who just listens to you. You can just spill and spill and spill, and that's it. He just listens.
This is the problem.
What?
This is the problem
What?
with the internet and with people today, because this type of reaction to this horrifying story fuels the internet sharing the story. But it's not okay. This woman has a problem. She thinks she's had a baby with a rag doll.
I mean, it's extreme. I get that. But like maybe she was just so broken in love. She's like, you know what? No more of this. No more of this.
But she was broken. She was heartbroken. And I want to read a little bit of the excerpt because we all probably read the headlines this weekend. Woman marries a rag doll, now she has a baby with it. Saw the photo of her in the hospital, in her... Which hospital allowed this? With her baby. But the story is as heartbreakingly tragic. I think so.
Why is it tragic?
Because, so basically, this woman, she said it was love at first sight when she met Marcelo, the toy rag doll. Her mother made the doll for her when the woman said she had no one to dance with.
It's like, you know, Pinocchio, when the guy was lonely and he didn't have a son, he made Pinocchio for himself.
We're not in a character movie. She said, I would like to go to these dances and wouldn't find a partner. Then he entered my life and made it all okay. So now they've been together in a romantic relationship since the day that they met. 250 people attended the wedding and supported this union. And now...
Oh, it's 250 people.
It's sad.
250 people attending the wedding. That just shows, you know, the support system that she has. That even if she's marrying a doll, there are people to go and watch that, you know.
I just think that actually it's a tragic story of a woman, she couldn't meet her partner in life and now she thinks she has met it, but that rag doll is not going to give her the support that one needs in a partner. And we are fueling it by these conversations because people are like, oh, I stand that, I support that. No, it's not okay.
I stand that.
That's what you're saying.
I so support that. Honestly, a man who listens, doesn't talk back, doesn't fight with you, it's just the ideal relationship. I'm so down for marrying a rag doll.
You know what? That's fine, Simran, a rag doll. Let's get you the partner that you need in life. I'm not going to support it by being at the wedding. Maybe a gift, but...
No, it's not like I'm going to marry a rag doll. I just support her. Like, if it's her decision to marry a rag doll, like, I'm all for it.
She admitted he has so many great qualities. The only downside is he's lazy. He doesn't work at all, but I'm a warrior and I keep going for both of us.
There you go.
She gave birth in 35 minutes. And it was live streamed to an audience of 200 people. No, it's really sad. Because she actually, look, she's not okay. That's not okay.
I mean, people have imaginary friends, right?
That's not okay. What else is not okay is people are reselling the Adidas Ravi Collab sneakers for 30,000 dirham. So in case you've been living under the rock, we all know the official Adidas Ravi restaurant collab went on sale last week. The original sneakers cost 549 dirham. Now they're being resold online. So enthusiastic residents last week, they formed large queues for hours to be the first to secure a pair in tribute to the UAE's finest Pakistani restaurant serving traditional cuisine since 1978.
But now, resellers are making a tasty pay packet. Now they are shoes that are on sale starting at about 900 dirhams and going all the way up to 30,000 dirhams. That's insane. And it's not just a couple of pairs, there are literally hundreds of pairs on the collab on sale on Dubizzle right now for that amount.
So you just go onto Dubizzle and you scroll and you scroll and you scroll and you scroll. Now, they're not all being that opportunistic. They're not all going for 30,000. I heard reports of 40,000. I saw a pair on sale for 50,000 without a photo. You're like, you're not buying a 50,000 pair without a photo. But the majority are people selling them for like between 1,000 and 3,000 dirham. But it's so many people. And I'm thinking, everyone in that queue on whatever it was, Thursday or Friday morning, everyone who was buying online, like, how many of you are actually wanted the shoe and wanted to be part of that nostalgia, and how many of you are just trying to make a little pay packet?
The cloud. I get it. I mean, yeah, it's sad. Dubizzle is wild. Over the weekend, my friend was buying a stove. So he saw this ad for like $350. So he got in touch with the seller, and then he's like, I'm interested, I'm willing to pay $350 for it. And then she's like, who told you the price? The price is not $350, it's $600. And he's like, well, on Dubizzle it was $350. Then she's like, on Dubizzle people advertise things for 1 dirham. So ask me the price and I'll tell you the price. And he's just like, what is this, honestly?
Oh.
But Dubizzle is insane. And 30,000, it's going up to as much as 55,000 dirhams as well.
We've seen crazy prices for these shoes. I saw a pair this morning for 50k, but like I said, it didn't have a photo. And the one thing you need to know if you're buying anything online is make sure it has a photo. Go and have a look at it. These ones, I think the most expensive ones are like they haven't been unboxed yet, all of that type of stuff. But yeah, if you want to get it, you're not getting them at $549 anymore. You're getting them at like 1,200 seems to be like the market value of these shoes.
Would you spend that much on these shoes? I mean, if it's a collector's item?
Would you?
Never. Ever.
Well, you're too busy buying Louis Vuitton hoodies.
Oh my God, it was a gift by my parents like years ago. Stop it. I really can't afford this. Just making it so clear, putting it out there.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
It's like a towel.
Cozy.
It's a towel. It's a towel. It's a towel. It's a towel type material. That's a fact.
No.
It is.
You can't wipe stuff with this.
But it's a towel material.
Not really. I don't think a towel has these things, does it?
I would say that's a towel type material.
Okay.
It's a really nice Louis Vuitton type towel you're wearing.
How's your hair? Did you leave your mask on last night?
No, but I got up too late to wash it. Thank you for noticing.
Just kidding.
It's Monday, you know, you have grand plans for Monday mornings and the alarm goes off and you're like, no.
Honestly, you have the full weekend to sleep, and then on Monday it's just like your body does not wake up.
Speaking of getting woken up, by the way, who got woken up on Saturday morning with the 3rd earthquake in 3 days we felt in the UAE. So residents of Dubai, you felt tremors of another earthquake this weekend. So an earthquake of a magnitude of 6 on the Richter scale that originated from Iran shook UAE residents on Saturday morning at 7:37 a.m. The epicenter was located in southern Iran, 8 kilometers below the ground, and many residents across Dubai, Sharjah and Abu Dhabi took to Twitter and Instagram to report their experiences.
Now, the shaking reportedly lasted for about 6 to 7 seconds, and this is the 3rd quake we felt in 10 days. Another earthquake of the magnitude of 4.7 was reported in the UAE 10 days ago. On June 15th, it took place around 10:07 a.m. GST. Now, 3 days later, there were reports of another minor earthquake on Saturday, June 18th, and was recorded at a magnitude of 2.4 on the Richter scale, and was not felt by UAE residents as much as the one that was felt over the weekend. And I saw like my friends who live in high-rise towers, they were just like sharing videos and pictures of all their, like stuff that they've kept on shelves that fell down and broke. And they're just like, the earthquakes have got to stop, you know.
It was that crazy that things are falling and breaking?
Yeah.
Oh, did you feel it?
One this weekend? No, I did not. I think I was fast asleep.
Same. Did anyone, Saturday morning, 7:37, were you up? Did you feel it? I think this one, I think the more you are aware of it, that like if I had felt it, I would have been like, oh, it's an earthquake, because we've had so many conversations in the last 10 days. And people are thinking, if you're in a high rise, like, do we need to get out? What should we be doing? And Lovin Dubai has shared 7 tips what to do when there's an earthquake. If you want to check it out, it was written over the weekend. Some of the key stuff, like first of all, prepare, because prepare to fail is Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So secure your space. So identify hazardous materials you might have at home, like your friends, if they have things that are falling and breaking. Consider maybe securing them.
Exactly. If you're keeping things on the shelves, make sure it's like, not kept towards the edge. Have an action plan, right? Because the plan you cannot have no plan, and discuss it with your family. In case of like a severe earthquake, what are you going to do under the tables? Get out of the building, speak to your family and have a plan. If you have someone who's an elderly in your household and it's, like troublesome for them to walk, like think about, moving to one of those, like moving to a lower floor.
I can freak out in my head. I haven't done it in a while. I think it was when I was living in a more built-up area, living in Marina. I was like, what would I do if disaster strikes? And disaster could be anything, and my head would just be like, that's going to happen, so what would I do? And I was like, I'll have to get out to my family in Sports City because that'll have less people. How do I get there? And I was like, I'll take this road and I'll be on foot and it'll be fine.
Like you would walk it down to Sports City?
Well, I'm thinking this is if the worst happens. Yeah. What are you going to do? And I was like, okay, I'll have my walking route to Sports City, have a little backpack.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
You have to prepare. So have all your stuff ready. Your money don't jiggle, guys. Remember, it secures itself in a good insurance scheme. So if you have cash, it is good to have some emergency cash in case you're going on foot. But all important documents, have them organised. This is like worst case scenario, but it is always good to just be aware. Survive, drop, cover and hold on. So of course it's in the middle of a quake what you should do. And just get under a table, get between a secure door frame. Lots of good tips there.
Yep, check up and help. We have all those tips on our website, but of course, luckily we don't feel severe tremors in Dubai, but of course residents are scared with the recent lineup of earthquakes, and that too this weekend it was so strong and people had their stuff falling out. So we'll go over those tips.
And there's no major fault lines passing through this country, so we're actually at a very low risk, and the buildings have all been constructed with earthquake safety in mind, so we are very fortunate that we don't have that as a major concern.
Honestly, like these situations just make me think of 2012, the movie.
Yeah.
And all those geo movies that are like, the world is ending, the volcanoes are erupting.
I hate when
tsunamis are coming.
And they put your city and then they make it into a city that, and you're like, I don't need that visual.
Just
don't need it.
And for the UAE, most of the times it's like a very severe sandstorm.
That's just like every week though.
Yeah,
2012, I haven't seen it.
Used to that. You haven't seen 2012? It's one of the best.
I don't think I'd watch them. I think I saw Armageddon when I was young, and I was like, that's enough. That was when there was like an asteroid coming towards the Earth, and then Ben Affleck and Josh Hartnett.
Okay.
Is that? Oh no, I'm thinking. Gosh.
What?
They're in a war movie together, but it's Ben Affleck, and he has to get on a jet and go and save the world. And
have you seen the one with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Is that the same one?
No, it's another one. I don't know, it's another one, but it's good.
Is it the same like disaster strikes?
Disaster type movies, yeah.
He's good in those.
Yeah, like Prince of Persia.
Haven't seen that.
I'm gonna give you a
we're so on a different wavelength in terms of movies. Like I don't think we've actually ever found a movie that we've both seen.
I've seen movies after you've recommended them. That Bridget Jones, I've seen that. And then I saw Bridgerton after you recommended that.
Did you love Bridget Jones?
I loved.
It was good. Cute. I didn't know you'd seen it.
Cute.
Speaking of what's not cute.
No more free parking, you guys. Just not a good time to get a car, Casey. No more free parking in parts of Palm Jumeirah that are getting parking meters. Now, the Palm Jumeirah is not going to have free parking anymore, you guys. The account My Palm Dubai on Instagram shared a photo of a parking meter located on the Corniche of the Palm, and we did some digging, and unfortunately, it's true.
So the Paronic parking meters are also going to be installed at Golden Mile Galleria 1 and 2 and The Point. So the picture that we have shows the new parking meters being installed on the east crescent of the Palm beside a loft hotel. But according to the info on their Instagram page, you can enjoy free parking when you validate your ticket.
That's true. I mean, fuel prices, parking tickets. I'm good without a car for a while. Like, I am just sticking to public transport.
You know, it's so true. I got into the car this morning and I was like, it's wildly expensive to have a car after use of taxis, because you just like limit your journey and then your friends give you lifts Like having a car,
Don't spill that.
if you have a family, then you need it.
Yeah.
But in our situation, it actually I realized it was much more cost effective to not have a car.
Yeah, I get it, like 100%. But I feel like for everyday errands and those types of situations, it's handy to have one. But like you said,
it's a luxury.
It's a luxury. But I think, like you said, if you're staying with family, then it makes sense. But if you're staying alone, then there's no like real requirement of it because it's super expensive.
Yeah, I just think in general it balances out. If you can get public transport, it's cheaper to not have a car. But that's obvious, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think I built it up so long not having a car that I was like, oh, I'm sure it's more cost effective to have a car because I'm getting taxis everywhere because I didn't live on a public transport line.
Yeah.
But now that I have the car, I'm like, this is a very expensive thing that I have now. I feel very grown up with all these costs that I have to pay.
Oh God! And the worst is when you get a fine. That's like a cherry on the cake. Getting a fine.
What type of fines would be your most common fine?
What type? Oh, when I used to drive around JLT, the ones that I used to get so often were like driving in the bus lane, and I never knew where the bus lane was. Like I just never knew, and you would get like a straight up 600 dirham fine for that. It's like, where is the bus lane? Where is the bus lane? I just gave up driving after that.
I've driven in JLT, have not been notified. Although we spoke on the show because I realised I hadn't set up my Salik, and then I was on a Sheikh Zayed Road, and I got a message about setting up my Salik to pay the fee. Never did it.
You still don't have a Salik?
I've only been through it once. Let's jump into, but I realised I need to do pay for it. Okay, before we get to Chef Vikas Khanna, who is on the show speaking with Simran, of course it's Monday, and would we ever start the show without learning some Arabic? Because Simran and I are learning Arabic one word at a time, and I feel like we're getting quite good.
I think so too, Cassandra, I do.
Did you just call me Casinda?
I did. I felt like I wanted to make it more Arabic, but it was just too...
You could have just used one of our beautiful words. You could have said, I agree, Jumeirah.
Jumeirah, yes, of course.
Jumeirah is beautiful.
Learning Jumeirah words with a Jumeirah person never hurts.
Because my Sayara is quite expensive.
Okay, I think we've done that. Like, Sayara is exhausted.
Okay. No. Okay, today's Arabic word of the day, shared with us by Ali. And also, if you guys have some good words that you think we could learn, today's Arabic word of the day is expensive.
Expensive.
Okay, so.
What, Gali?
Expensive for female. We're only learning the female pronouns of things. Galia. Now we need to say it 5 times.
But how do you know like an object is male or female? Like life is what, Gali or Galia?
Let's just go with female.
No, Ali, wait, just stop whispering in our ears.
Galia, it's like having a teacher. It's amazing.
Right?
Galia.
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 Expensive, Galia, expensive. Because we've gotten to the point that there's so many words that I'm not really remembering them.
Galia.
Okay. Let's use Galia in a new sentence.
Okay. Life is just getting too Galia for me to handle, and I'm gonna break down and cry. I just curl up into a small ball and never leave the office because the world is expensive out there. The world is Galia out there. It's just not a place for us anymore.
And my Louis Vuitton jumper is just so cozy when I'm so sad about all things that's so Galia.
Okay. I think we've mastered the word.
I bought a really Galia dress. And I need to return it because I realized it's so Galia.
It's that Galia?
It's very Galia.
How Galia are we talking?
She hears like, what dress? Oh, it's the dress.
Okay, the brand?
I can't.
No?
It's just
okay, that must be really
60% discount is very Galia, but I need to return it. And it has all these, like, I've never bought this type of brand before that, like, when they send it to you, they have tags on the outside because they don't want people to even, like, consider wearing it out and then returning it.
Oh, no.
It's
You gotta
orange.
keep it then. You don't know when it's gonna come in use.
It was Hervé Leisure.
Survey leisure.
I don't know how to say it.
Wow, that sounds Gallier.
It sounds Gallier. Okay, so can you guys put Gallier in a sentence?
Or give us more words that we should use tomorrow or day
Okay.
after, whenever we do the next Arabic word of the day. But you guys, right after this very, very short break, we'll be in talks with Vikas, Khanna, and Ganesh Raju on their latest NFT book collab and learn more about the Indian Michelin star celebrity chef who is the owner of Kinara in Dubai and Junoon in New York City. And fun fact, the NFT book that he will be talking about has just sold for $50,000 just recently. So very exciting. You can learn all about the book right after this very short break. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. And today we're joined by someone very, very special. Now he is an Indian Michelin star celebrity chef who's hosted the likes of Obama and Pope Francis. And he'll be joining us along with Ganesh Raju to talk about their first ever NFT book in Dubai called The Secret Foods of India. So welcome to the show, Vikas, Khanna and Raju. Ganesh, how are you guys today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
I'm good. So I met you guys last night and it was an amazing event that you all hosted. You guys launched the book. So can you guys tell us a little bit more about the book?
So I'll start with the inception of the book. I submitted this book in 2014 called Sacred Foods of India. It was like getting the recipes I feel they should be more celebrated the way they are, because they are representation of such a massive culture of India, from temples to gurdwaras to synagogues to monasteries to dargahs. All these places in India have a way of expressing their love for the community and to bring everyone together through food. So I said that really strikes a chord with us. And, it's also, when we look at people like us, we are the first generation immigrants living in the Western world. And I feel that a lot of our kids and all, they might not have that sense of India, because they are still looking at India in a very myopic scope, it's a very micro lens which is used to define India. So I said, so just to give them a new dimension of India, we should do something which celebrates India and massive, majestic. But it was very difficult because understanding the publishing world to do something which was so massive. And we reached out to Vedic Cosmos and they were thrilled to take this and forward. But we were still skeptical that, my mission was to reach the newer generations, to make them see India differently. But most of them would not be able to purchase such a massive book. So, And then the pandemic happened, we were all confused. And then boom, the universe was waiting for 75 years of 75 years of independence of India. And here, Mr. Ganesh enters the project.
Right. So it's done in collaboration with Akshaya.io. And you are, of course, the founder, Mr. Ganesh. So tell us, what made you take on this project? What appealed to you about it?
Well, so we've been settled in US as well, because 25 years, the founders are, this is a US based company. The founders are from US, but, we have deep roots in India. Our heart is still there. So we come from very strong technology background. We've been, doing all the leadership role at the very top companies. And we see the Web3 potential now, and that's the reason we started Akshaya. And we wanted to do something to highlight India's heritage, the culture, the traditions, and things like that. So this product, once we came to know about Vikasji, the passion that he puts in, and it talks about the food, it highlights the thousands years of the history of making of sacred foods. We thought this is the best partnership. Nothing can be better than that. So that's what.
So it's in the metaverse now, and that's so interesting. But before I get into more about the metaverse,
it is an NFT, but it will be coming in metaverse.
Okay, so it's two separate right now. It's an NFT that people can get in a digital form, they can buy the digital ownership of the book. Right?
You're right. Yes.
Okay. It's a very, I think, alien concept for a lot of us right now.
the whole NFT world and
this thing is taking as a storm. This is the new trend. There's a buzzword all over: NFT, metaverse, Web3, and all that. This, right now there's a lot of hype going on. But this there is a real utility. That's the thing. People, when they think of NFTs and things like that, they connect to all this monkey images and cat images selling for millions of dollars, but that's not where the true value is.
I'll buy a dog image for $1 million.
I'll sell you
my dog image for $1 million.
Oh, that is worth. Yeah.
Are you talking about the dog toy?
My dog.
Your dog.
Oh my God, Plum is such a cute dog. So this technology is the future. Obviously there is a lot of pump and dump going on. So that's where we wanted to differentiate ourselves. We wanted to see what could be a real collector's item with a true value that can be held on for generations, right? With pride.
Okay.
So this Sacred Foods of India, this is a masterpiece.
So
This
book is a recipe book, or these are stories about the different foods you'll find around India, not foods like prasad you'll find around India, which is like offerings to God.
Yeah. So we divide the book in 4 parts: East, West, North, South. And we begin with talking about the recipes which belong to that part. We first talk about 2 pages, an image of that sacred place where it belongs to, then the history of that place, also giving an idea that where it is located and all those things, but almost like a guide at that moment. But when you turn to the next page, you see an image of that dish with also the history of that dish, that why this dish is significant, what this symbolizes and everything, what are the reasons? They had extreme practical reasons. Most of it is vegetarian. Actually, this entire book is vegetarian.
Oh, nice.
And then is the next page. The 4th page is about the recipe of that dish, which was the hardest job I have ever done in my life.
What, to write down recipes?
Because it was very difficult, because when you're doing recipes from streets or home cooking or restaurants, which we are doing it for the last 35 years, it's very easy for me to break down a recipe, right? Because you hit and try. It's also personal taste and everything. But these people have been cooking this without any kind of recipes, which is a total traditional thing, that they don't even measure anything. It was hard for us to capture things, and by observation and there was I remember most of the recipes were shot on Nokia phone. Like years ago, at that time you're talking about, when I would see them, and because it was a small compact camera, it became, without any intrusion, you could actually document what these guys were doing. And then I'll document that, it'll show me the ingredients. But the big issue of the recipe is not the ingredients, it's the proportion that is equal part of the recipes. And then we tried and tested these recipes, but it never tasted like those places where we had the food from. But we kept trying, and we figured out that those recipes are much deeper than we can express in the recipe format.
Oh, wow.
My biggest challenge. The food you're going to eat at Puri temple in Orissa, I'm sure you will never, ever in your life be able to replicate that. You could be the top Michelin star chef. You cannot understand, because, it is still done without any commercial sense. It's done from the heart. It's between them and the gods. So we figured out that, okay, we understand we cannot win that battle, but we can give the people that these dishes were inspired by those dishes and what we are writing those recipes. So trust me, that was a very huge challenge for all of us.
I'll teach you someday. I've replicated the recipes. I'll send it your way. I'm just kidding. I'm sure it was quite a challenge. And one thing I've been dying to ask you was, how was it like hosting the Obamas?
First time I cooked for president, not that time he was not a president, he was a senator in Chicago. And there was a event happening, and they said they need an Indian chef, and they flew me to Chicago. And that was a big deal for us, because, they were all American or European chefs, and they put me inside, and I heard him speak for the first time.
Nice.
And then I forget about it totally. We forgot, we moved on, we started doing other things. In 2008, I was requested to host a dinner, and I'm like, for whom? And they said, Senator Barack Obama. I'm like, oh my God, isn't from Chicago, and yeah, he's standing up for president, like he's planning, and that was first kind of announcement and everything. I said, fantastic. I love the guy's voice. That's all I remember, his voice. And then, he kept going back on Thanksgiving, First Lady's birthdays, doing the re-election dinners. The one thing which is always so amazing is because that his love for India.
His love for India?
Yeah, once I questioned him, like, President, why is Indian food not popular in this country? He's saying, first you need to focus on bringing the culture here. And I totally agree with that. And since that day, I've been committed to it, that for us, it's not just those dishes which we serve in the restaurants. For us, it's very important to talk about the heritage of those dishes. And since that time till today, speaking to you right now, my entire career has been built up on the fact that we are talking about just not the modernization, Frenchification or Americanization of the dishes. It's about those dishes and the list of memories and history and how they evolved to become those dishes. Because culture is very important.
Okay, so that whole epiphany came from a conversation you had with the former president of the United States?
Yes. That time he was not the president.
Okay, so you met him before he was the president, and that's when you had this conversation with him?
Yeah. And we just asked, I'm like, wow. I felt I was being stupid to ask him that why is Indian food not popular? Like, talk about somebody who's standing up for elections. And he says, oh, you need to promote the culture because nothing can compare to the culture of such a historical country and at the same time so modern.
So you have really done the country so proud. You've done Indians so proud, and you've made it to the top 10 global chefs. How does it feel? And do you feel like you have a responsibility to represent India and just to, like spread the culture and just bring awareness to it once again as people are losing their roots?
I'm a small molecule in this entire equation of culture.
In the foodie world, you're big, like huge, massive, must say. So
but you look at the history of Indian food, we are not even as the size of a nail tip. We are so small, and suddenly we start feeling that we are the custodians, and which I feel the words people don't understand they put it. We are so small, we'll disappear sooner than you can imagine, but the culture remains so majestic and forever evolving. It's very difficult for anybody to take this thing on the shoulder, which I hear some people say that, I'm the custodian of Indian cuisine. I'm like, wow, This is never going to be possible. We don't even know Indian food. Call spade a spade, and most of us don't even know Indian food. It's so deep and vast and infinite that there's nobody in this planet. You need at least 20 lives to be traveling the way I travel in India like crazy to document stuff. But it's not possible for any human being to claim that, I am the master of Indian food. And I feel I take one day at a time, one project at a time, one victory or defeat at a time, and we constantly stand up and we move forward, taking the flag with us.
That's amazing. So if not the physical world, then at least the digital world you guys have already put a foot in, and that you can see, the power duo.
Their company figured out something amazing, which I have been so inspired by it. I am like, wow. We never thought in our lifetimes chefs would be taking a space in a cultural space like this, and then the digital space will blow up and reach an infinite market.
So this is a new world. So when social media, Facebooks and Instagrams came, initially when you think about it, people were questioning what's the real value behind it. Why would I put a picture of me eating in a social media? Who cares about it? Nowadays, you cannot live without it. iPhones are like an extended limb for us, right? These social media, they're all the time in the social media. But this Web3 is the next revolution. This is going to be 3 times bigger than that.
So I'm guessing you guys have a lot of crypto investments.
Well, crypto from a company standpoint, Akshay, we do not have a crypto yet. We are planning in the future, but do not have it right now. Personally, the founders, we might have some personally, but as a company, we don't.
Okay. No, I meant personally.
Yes.
I'm sure being so aware about that whole field.
we are early adapters, been in this space from the beginning. We've been working with all the top tech companies and helping them to innovate this space. So we are the one leading that innovation. So we thought, like, why not use this expertise to build this company? So that's the whole reason.
That's so interesting. Okay, Vikas, one question for you. So you were speaking of this dream you had, and in that dream you saw a dish, and then the next day you spent the entire day trying to perfect it and trying to recreate it. So what other quirky ways have you been inspired? Like, one is a dream, any other weird ways? Not weird, like unique.
Yeah, it's in the subconscious mind. It's not isolated. I remember I had a very crazy, dark, and inspiring trip in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and I kept traveling there. They have a large influence which comes from Tamil Nadu in cooking, but they have the unique native style of cooking and the ingredients, the stuff. And I still remember that every time I'm using a grater, every time I grate something, I think about my time in Andaman Nicobar Island. It just is like deja vu for me because they use cactus to grate for coconut. And yeah, there's a variety of cactus, and they use that to dry it, and they use that as a grater, and especially to grate coconut and other vegetables. They have some amazing root vegetables, which are like foot yam, almost like that elephant foot yam, which we call, but they are totally different. They look like that, but they are. So for me, it is so much of travels which has happened, and so I document most of my work. But there's also so much of things in the subconscious mind which just keeps connecting things for me. And most of the recipes, because today you guys leave tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
So tomorrow, once they leave, then I'm totally into the kitchen of Khanna and developing new dishes which come from my notes, which just came as an imagination to me about the travels. So much based on the travel. But we'll be doing a lot of work from Sacred Foods also. We'll be picking up some dishes to get our own versions and be inspired to create something from there.
That's so exciting, guys. If y'all want to try out Vikas Khanna's amazing food, do head to Kinara, his restaurant in Dubai. And then he has one more in New York called Junoon. That is the, of course, award-winning restaurant that is world famous. And I'm going to ask you something. Oh yeah, Gordon Ramsay. Did you ever think of like battling it out with Gordon Ramsay since you were doing MasterChef India for so long?
No, I was one of the first people they approached in America for MasterChef America. I was one of the first person to. Yeah, I lived in Hollywood for those, I think, 9 days, and we trained and we did auditions. And that time we did not know much about MasterChef at all. And this is like 2009. And I freaked out. I was like, but he was like, kept pushing me. No, you have no idea. You compliment my energy. For me to fight him is never going to be possible. I can defeat him with my calmness. But I do feel that there's something which is so amazing of him off camera too. On camera, of course, the persona and the sellability and all those things work. But off camera, absolutely gentle, so hardworking, at the same time, so committed to his team. You can't have Michelin stars and be the entertainer. You have to have some commitment to your work, your people. It's a very tough industry. And what he is off camera, I have so much of respect for that. And even now, when he's coming to New York, there'll always be a message on Instagram saying that, okay, I'm coming here, let's spend time. And it inspires me because I do stuff which are not just the kitchen based, and I diversify from every possible aspect, whatever I feel passionate about. So he gets driven by that because it's not just, for many chefs at this stage, it's all about how much money or all those things. I still feel that how much influence you can bring to the causes you believe in is the right time to open your mouth and stand up for that. I think he gets inspired by that from me.
Okay, that's so interesting. So any collabs between you two that we'll be seeing or no?
Absolutely.
Yes. We would love to partner with Vikas ji in the future. We have quite a lot of plans related to metaverse as well. So we are already have other things lined up. So you will hear about that in the coming few days as well.
So I want to ask you, Ganesh ji, like in the metaverse, do you think your avatar might win something like the most attractive man voted in a People's Magazine, like Vikas Gone? Is that something that's possible?
Well, that kind of is happening actually. People are building AI-based avatars and making fashion shows, making influencers, and influencers having social media account. You
In the
know,
metaverse.
in metaverse, yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so, oh,
There are a lot of
wow.
yes.
Okay, so I guess another award is coming your way, you guys. The most attractive avatars in the metaverse.
Thank you so much.
To wrap it up, do we have any advice you would give to like up and coming chefs who want to, or like chefs who are already in the industry but want to get that Michelin star and want to level up their restaurants and cooking?
I feel you got to have faith, you got to be patient, and please read the contracts before you sign, first of all. But I also do feel that it's very important for chefs to constantly be able to reinvent themselves. You know, the market has become extremely competitive, and with the spread of the chef world, it's I have so much respect of the new chefs because they're fighting new battles. So stay strong and stay committed to this.
Thank you so much. And where can people access the book?
Our platform, share.io, please go log in and you can even find what our vision is, what our future plans are.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And Vikas Khanna's restaurant is in Dubai called Kinara. And thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. It was a lovely chat and hope to see you all very soon and all the very best.
Great to have you for dinner last night. Thank you, man.
Thank you.